Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Homefront Harmony. I'm your host, Stevie Dahl, and we have a fun and exciting episode for you today because we have Miss D'Kota with us today. Hello, D'Kota. How are you, my friend?
I'm well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. Now, D'Kota, you actually served in the Army National Guard, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us what got you to go into the National Guard?
So I'm from Grand Junction, Colorado, and my dad was in the oil field. And at the time, I was in high school and he got laid off from the oil field. A lot of people did at that time. And so, I normally got what I wanted and everyone was financially good. But then after that, we weren't. And so I realized I had to work and go get a job. And basketball was my passion at the time.
Okay.
And I wanted to play basketball in college.
Okay.
But I wasn't going to be able to afford to play basketball, work a job, and go to school. So I figured I'd join the military and pay for it that way.
Oh, strategic planning. I love it. I love it. And did you get to play your basketball?
I did not. Yeah, but the Army is like a sport to me too because you're working out all the time, so it worked out anyways. Being a part of a team anyways. So.
Okay. Do you still play basketball for fun?
For fun, every once in a while. Yeah.
Okay. At our house, we have this basketball hoop, and we have on the other side of the yard a jacuzzi, and my husband likes to stand at the jacuzzi and long ball the shoot. I apologize to our neighbors how many times that ball has gone in your backyard because the man has an arm. He can go way past that sucker.
I love it.
All right, so you joined into the National Guard. Now, how long were you in the National Guard?
So I'm still in, actually.
Oh, she's still serving. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. I've been in almost 11 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Very cool. And you're able to balance it?
Yes.
Okay.
I am. I was active for about 5-6 years.
Okay.
And then I came off those active duty orders within the last 2 years.
Okay.
And I became full-time real estate.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So how did we segue from basketball, college, National Guard to real estate?
I think it was just figuring out what I wanted to do outside of the military because the orders that I was on, they're called ADOS orders. So it's based off funding. My job was pretty secure every single year, but just in case I wanted, something outside. So I figured getting into investing and stuff like that, I started to branch out into investing. And I was like, well, majority of millionaires and billionaires are investing into real estate. So I was like, okay, I need to go that way. Okay. So I wanted to do wholesale real estate at first, but then I was like, no, let me just become a realtor. And then I could sell homes to veterans and my family and then make money that way.
Absolutely. We have talked about that before. We've had a couple of other realtors on that are veterans themselves that talk about the educating of the VA loan.
Yes.
A lot of people don't understand how they can use it, where they can use it, and are missing out on just one of the greatest benefits that you get from the service. So having someone who understands it's always a key. It's always a good thing to have on there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I just learned a lot about the VA loan. And then while I was active duty, I was just talking everyone's ear off. Like I was so excited about it. I'm like, you guys, we can use your VA loan to do this, do that. And then they got excited and then the soldiers came to me and then I started selling homes.
That's awesome. That's very, very cool. I love to see that. Now, when you were in the military, were you doing things that kind of aligned you to flow into the investment, or was it just always a very intriguing thing for you?
It was very intriguing because I did logistics and maintenance and HR. So on the National Guard side, the 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the summer, I was HR. But then on the full-time side, I did logistics and maintenance.
Gotcha.
And so it was totally different going into real estate. But I just knew that in order for me to build wealth, I needed something else. And real estate was that for me.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Two very different serving there you did with because HR staffing world, wow, bless your heart, baby doll. And then to go into logistics and so my dad in the Navy was supply.
Nice.
So in the logistics side of the world, he was supply.
Absolutely.
So that's half the reason we moved as much as we did because
supply.
He was good. Okay, he was good. All right. So when you went to so you had a kind of segue.
Yes.
You went from that active duty into more field, then you could delve into your real estate world. So it wasn't like an abrupt, okay, you're out, figure out what you're going to do. You kind of had a path you walked to get there.
But I didn't ever plan to come off active duty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to do 20 years active duty, then come off, and then, do real estate full time that way.
Okay.
I was just going to do part-time real estate. Okay. But I decided to come off active. I was going to move into a different position, which was an AGR position, which is more concrete. Okay. Instead of taking that position, I came off because, unfortunately, I did deal with some toxic leadership. And so it just wasn't the way I wanted to go and to continue. So I decided to come off orders.
Absolutely. Understood. Yeah. Okay. And that's a tough decision to make. The circumstances, if you love what you do, if you love where you're at, that decision is always a hard decision to make. And I think that especially when you come from that military world, the advantage of keeping that National Guard so it wasn't completely just gone. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, this, I'm medically boarding out now. And so this transition is a little different for me because I am a little, not scared, but I am going to miss everything that the National Guard did have to offer me. And just being around the soldiers and all of the people, it's going to be different. And it is different now being full-time real estate. Yeah. I have a team, and with the military I had a team too, but it's different. Yeah. Very much so.
It's a little different world. We talk a lot about individuals when they come out of the military service, the identity change. Absolutely. It's a complete 360 to a whole different world. And that's something that I think that a lot battle. And going into an entrepreneurship, which real estate is, guys, okay, you are running your own company, you're doing your own thing. Some people get out of the military, they're good working under people and taking the orders. Some people are done taking the orders and ready to run the show. My dad was more of a run the show kind of guy, so I get that. But it's an adjustment.
It is.
And when the buck stops with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the way we speak in the military is a lot different than, civilians speak. So I was talking to one of my old first sergeants about it. I was like, coming into the civilian life and having a team, it's like we have a bunch of privates, Right. Like in the military, it's different. We have all kinds of different ranks. In the privates, we understand that, okay, they have to learn, they have to grow. But with civilian life, it's like, for us, it always seems like everyone is always privates and, and it's hard to like transition them into the way that we think. Yeah. Because the way that we think is so different. We're structured to think differently. They train us to think differently. So it's hard.
It is. And it's a re-education.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's re-education on both sides. Okay. Because we, especially in the staffing world, we are educating our clients to the value that veterans and military spouses bring to their companies and helping them to understand the speak, the talk, the walk. When I do presentations on it, it's one of my favorite things to try to get them to understand the value and quality. But I also got to train the candidates to understand it ain't the military anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
You're going to use your skills. You're going to, everybody adapts and has to flow. But I think that naturally, being in the military world, you've had to adapt and be flexible and go with the needs. So it comes a little easier to you.
It does.
In the end.
The transition is difficult, but for us, it's easier than what most people would be able to deal with. Like talking to my team within real estate, I realize, okay, I have to be more emotional or sensitive, to the way that I say things versus the military. I can like say, go look at the TM, go figure it out. You know what I mean? But with real estate, my team, I'm like, okay, let's talk about it like this. We'll go step by step, just a little bit slower. And it's not because they're uneducated or anything like that. It's just a different way of how people have been brought up. That's it.
It's a total thought process. Yeah. And it's total. I mean, I tend to do things in certain military mindsets because my dad kind of trained that. My mother, world's most phenomenal, I call her the OG military spouse. We will get her on the show one day. But it's the way they thought about they do in military things. And that's helped me a lot in my life. But I never did it to the level Dad did because I'm not the one who served, So but I love to ask this question of people. What skills do you find that you learned in the military that you utilize now in your civilian career?
I would say understanding for the different type of people there are.
Okay.
Because with the military, you know, we've gotten to work with people from Romania, Puerto Rico, Fiji, Tonga, all these different places, and it's different. And you get to learn about their cultures and how they run things. So with civilian life, it makes it so much easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love the diversity of the military. And so in civilian life, it just makes my life so much easier.
Yeah, I talk about a lot that when we grew up, we were overseas South Pacific. So my sister and I were the minority with blonde hair and blue eyes. And then I come stateside and I'm like, I never understood treating someone beneath you.
Right.
You know, because I never got that. We didn't do that. We immersed ourselves in the culture. My parents were like, this is where we live. This is what we do, kind of thing. And you bring up a really great point, because I think that a lot of people don't realize, though, like Puerto Rico and Guam are U.S. territories.
Right.
It is a whole different world when you go there. It is, they very much have their own culture, their own world to it, you know? And so understanding that and getting the opportunity to experience it is quite a wonderful thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember the first time they sent me to Puerto Rico, I was thinking, okay, just going to be the same. But we sat in a class and they started speaking Spanish. And we're like, wait, we're here too. Like, we're here.
She's like, oh,
and they were like,
no.
oh, wait, sorry. And then they brought us in. And that was on a military installation.
Okay.
And so it was really, really different for us, but we loved it. Enjoyed every single piece of it, learning the culture and just how they are. It's different, but like you said, it's still a U.S. territory, but it's so much different than being actually on the main island.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I loved it, though.
Absolutely. Yeah. I remember being a kid and like you knew the line. Once you cross this line, you are out of U.S. soil.
Right.
You know, and my dad taught us, you know, this is what you need to carry with you. This is how you're prepared. This is how you handle it. This is what you do. And really do not cross that line unless I'm with you, kind of thing. Now, we were in places like Guam where we were safe, but still, you know, when you're in other countries, you got to respect and appreciate the culture. My husband and I were just in Europe. We did a big birthday trip. And we were in London and we were in Paris. And it's fun to go with him because he loves traveling, but he didn't travel as much. And now he and I, because I'm like, take me, I'll go, you know. And so we've strayed. So I get to see myself experiencing places, but then him experiencing them too. And so it's like really cool because it opens your eyes to something completely different.
No, big time. Traveling, especially with the military, is different than traveling on your own. But it allows me to, now when I travel, I don't really want to do the resorts. The military has made it to where I want to be in the culture, completely in the culture. I want to experience everything about that country versus just the resorts. I might as well stay in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bougie. I stay in resorts.
I'm bougie too.
But I can totally admit that. I have no problem saying I'm bougie, baby.
I love it.
It's funny because we do joke because my husband is a real estate broker, and so I have a pretty fun life. And we always joke in my family that I was not bougie before him.
Right.
And he goes, really? My mom and sister are like, yeah, no. Tomboy all the way. Thank you. But yeah.
And real estate does do that too, for sure. Because military, very much tomboy. I'm more strict and everything. And then I got into real estate and now I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So I get it.
I am the girl who grew up, I could care less if I had makeup on.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh my gosh, is my lipstick okay?
Exactly.
Okay. It'll look good because, camera time. But it is. You want to experience things. Of course, I had to have fish and chips because, I lived in Australia. Love fish and chips. So when we were in London, I ate so much fish and chips. By the time we left, I'm like, no more fish and chips. But it is fun to get to see and to walk around and to explore areas. And it's interesting people recommending where you should go.
Yes.
Because you're right. What I get recommended from military individuals is different from what I get recommended from civilians who travel in different places. I tend to prefer the military recommendations, but I'm not a military man. I grew up around that stuff, But it's a very interesting view. So now with your service, did you travel quite a bit?
I did, yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, Hawaii, which a lot of people love Hawaii. Yeah. I've been a lot of places in the U.S. and then we did Romania. We were in Germany for a little bit. And
nice.
Then, like I said, I've been to Puerto Rico as well.
Yeah. Germany's on the list. Definitely got to do Oktoberfest one time.
Yeah.
You know what's great though is that you got to explore the U.S. too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. My in-laws are very much road trip people. And they love it because they get to explore more.
Me too.
You know, and they have that vehicle to check it out and do. Now, I travel quite a bit for work, and when I can, I bring my husband along with me so we can check out areas and have fun and see, because there's a lot to see.
America is beautiful. The U.S. is absolutely gorgeous. There's so much to see that people don't even realize. Like don't like. I love going out of the country, but there's so much here still to see that I haven't. I haven't even touched the surface, I feel like.
100%. Where was your favorite place you visited in America?
I would have to say...
Other than Hawaii?
Yeah, I was going to say Hawaii. Let me think then. I would say my favorite place... Honestly, which is crazy. A lot of people, especially my battles, are going to be like, girl, what? South Carolina. I enjoyed it. And then what's crazy is that's where I went to basic and AIT. But I enjoyed it just because of, that's where I got into the military. But I got to, that's where I started my family, like my military family.
Gotcha.
And all of those people that I met there, they're still like all of my close friends.
That's awesome.
Still today.
That's
awesome. I think that's why it's my favorite place.
We talk about community all the time. There's not a thicker one that you can get in your military community.
Oh my goodness.
I say I'm the daughter of a Navy man. All of a sudden I got instant family. It's phenomenal.
It's amazing. That's my favorite part about the military is that no matter what branch you're in, if you say that, oh, you're in the military, so am I, we click instantly. We're best friends. We're family. Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's a different culture. It really is.
I love it to death. And that was like when we started the show and everything, carrying on a legacy from my father, but really helping out. Talking to entrepreneurs just a few days ago, did a presentation for them because, government shutdown.
Right.
It's affecting resources.
Big time.
And veterans, and they have a lot of resources, and military spouses too, to go to in their career, in their entrepreneurial, where what's still available, what's not working right now, where it's at, just kind of making them aware. Because sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of them weren't getting paid, which was horrible. I think now they at least got half of their payment or whatever, but it was a hard time. And a lot of the people from my unit, they just came back from deployment. So getting off deployment orders and then going into like not getting anything at all, and then trying to transition from deployment to civilian life and find jobs, there was nothing. And a lot of them are still very stressed out and everything. So, if anyone wants to help, I mean, it's good. I'm glad military has a lot more resources than, other people have, but it's still not enough, unfortunately.
No, it's something we're constantly evolving and growing.
Yeah.
We're better than we were, but we still got a ways to go.
Long ways.
And it's what affects me and kind of breaks my heart is I know there are a lot of veterans who served their 4 years or whatever, got out to do their schooling.
Yes.
And they're reliant on, SNAP or food stamps and they just can't get them right now.
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't think people see that side.
Yeah, not at all.
Of how this can affect and hurt them. And that breaks my heart. The people that, I don't care whether military or not, anybody right now struggling to be able to feed your family or to keep your lights on.
Right.
Or, these are the basic fundamentals that we're running into. And a majority of the world is a paycheck to paycheck world.
Very much.
That was my whole life. My parents, paycheck to paycheck is how it works. And so it's scary that it's playing out this way right now. Hopefully they fix it soon. But, I'm just saying, a little emphasis on the urgency.
Yeah.
No, but it is something that you've gotten out of the military.
Yes.
You've had to re-identify in the civilian world where you are. You've juggled and balanced a lot, and you actually picked a career that is not a guaranteed paycheck.
Yes, I did.
So you like to scare yourself. Good on you. And you like a challenge. All right, I like it. So tell me, other than the potential to make the money, the attraction to the real estate, the attraction to the sales world, what pulled you into that? Especially going from a military mindset. That's a very different world.
Yes. The VA loan and the fact that I could educate other soldiers into doing it. So I'm not in real estate just for the money, right?
Okay.
Money's great. We all
Right.
need it. But I don't have to have it. I'm okay. Right. With the military, I'm able to teach all of my battles, all of my friends, all of the soldiers about the VA loan and put them in a home. And like seeing their face at the end of it is what means so much to me. Or when they don't have to pay anything at all.
Right. Down.
Yeah, nothing at all. Then they get their earnest money deposit back and they're like, I get money back. Like to me, I'm just like, yes, I did that.
Yeah.
I helped them do it, you know? And that like makes me feel good inside. And that's all I want to do. Like in reality, if I could have it my way, I'd go live on an island somewhere. Okay. With like my feet in the sand with the bare minimum. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
That would be so nice with my son just running around like perfect.
There you go.
Know? But I want to serve as much people here outside of the military like I did within the military.
And that is something I have seen so consistently, whether I'm interviewing a veteran or a military spouse of a veteran, is that the service doesn't stop. It just changes. It's just a different path that you take in the way that you serve. And I love that. I love that those who have been there before are serving those who are coming up the path now.
Absolutely.
It's a complete pay it forward to see on it. And who's going to know better than someone who went through it?
Very true. Yeah. Absolutely. The same thing with the soldiers. Like, I feel like they're all my babies, you know, and that's the part that like, I don't want to leave. Because even to this day, there'll be soldiers that reach out to me that don't even know me personally. And they're like, hey, this person told me to reach out to you. Perfect. I really need help. I'm dealing with this leadership or whatever. And I'm like, on it. Let me hit up this person. Let me text this person. Like, I'm connecting, you know, so that I can help. Yeah. And I think majority of the NCOs that I know and some of the officers as well want that from soldiers, that soldier to be able to come to you and ask you for help, regardless, you know, of them even knowing you or not, just because of what they heard from you. I think that shows volume to who that NCO and that officer is as a person. Because it is very hard for all ranks to let down that ego a little bit and ask for help. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And in the military, from basic training to the start, like, don't go to sick call. Don't, you know, they're basically telling you, don't ask for help. And so we learn that, and that's engraved in us. And then when we need help, we don't want to ask for it. So I think now with the transition of the military and how it's transforming or changing, I think more and more soldiers are starting to step up and open up and talk about the battles that they're facing within the military and on the civilian life.
Which is really great. It makes me very happy we're having more open discussions. Now, we always make you tell us what the acronyms mean because someone may be newer to the military or not understand. So NCO?
What are you talking about? Honor and
NCO.
Oh, sorry, non-commissioned officer.
There you go.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm an NCO, non-commissioned officer.
I make you say it.
I'm like, which one? Which acronym? There's
I know.
So many.
See, that's the thing. And that's why I try to catch it, because we get people on here and they are throwing out acronyms and I'm with them. And then every once in a while there'll be one and I'm like, oh, dang, you weren't Navy, so I don't know that acronym, because there are different acronyms in the different forces. And I do federal business for my company, and the acronyms are different, but they're the same. The favorite thing my husband and I do is we compare acronyms that we have, because I have my staffing world ones, I have my federal ones, he has his real estate ones, and a lot of them are similar, but they all mean something different.
Yes.
I have acronyms that are the same acronym but mean something different in the federal space.
Yeah, that's the same thing with the police officers. We have a lot of police officers in the unit, and they're like, which acronym am I supposed to use? They get so confused coming to drill. I'm like, put your military hat on right now.
Pop quiz.
Exactly.
Okay, here we go. But I do love the fact that people have the ability to go back and reach out and, you know, ask questions and we've talked about it so much before. You're right. A lot of them don't ask for help. That's a lot of the issues we find with the mental health, because it's still a hush-hush. Yes. It's still an ego question. There's so many factors that come into that. And the more people are able to open up and talk, and the more people are able to have that conversation, and having it with someone who experienced something you experienced means so much more, and is so much more comforting and so much easier to have that conversation. We've said this, like with therapists, they may be highly trained and great, wonderful people, but if they never did combat time, they are not going to understand what the person is experiencing that saw the combat.
Exactly.
You know, there are stories my dad would tell us and some he never told us about combat, and you just weren't allowed to know about that. cool, you know. So, but I love that you still have that open door resource for them to come to it. And I find that to be so common now with a lot of those I'm interviewing and talking to on the show, that they want that open door policy to
especially when you're getting out or you've retired, you're going to feel that way because, you know, when you're in, you're like, you wanted somebody to save you, you know, or help you through things, and you didn't, or you didn't get the help that you needed. So you look at those soldiers and you're like, no way, I'm going to allow them to go through what I did. I'm going to help them, you know, and put them on the right path, because there is a lot of resources for the military, but not a lot of, that information isn't always pushed out to the military. Does that make sense? Like, the soldiers aren't getting that information. So then they're just sitting there like, I need help with this. I need help with this. How do I apply for this? Asking all these questions. And when in reality, that NCO or the person above them could have just gave it to them simple, but they don't want to ask because they're scared. They don't want to get in trouble, whatever the case may be. But I think there needs to be a lot more, I guess, empathy with the younger soldiers, not even actually just with the younger soldiers, even the officers and older NCOs, a little bit more empathy for the fact that they're handling a lot, you know, and the discussion needs to be had.
Why we created Homefront Harmony, to provide resources to those who need it. If we don't have a resource you need, you message us and we will find it. That's what we do. Because you're right. And sometimes you don't know where to look.
Yes.
It's hard to figure out, okay, I just don't know where to go get my question answered on it. Yeah. So that is very true. And I think that's great. You keep the door open like that. Now, when you went from active duty to National Guard, was it kind of a drop off, or did you immediately go into National Guard service so you were still kind of military before you started that more civilian world touching?
No. So, no, actually. Yeah, so I was just active, was on orders. We had a big event, did the event. We passed, flying colors. Everything was good. After that, then they were like, hey, Sergeant Brodie, you want to move over here? You got this job, blah, blah, blah. And I was literally on the phone. No, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And then, boom, orders cut. Nothing, no payment, no nothing. Done.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that transition was difficult for me. Yeah. Yeah. Very difficult, because financially it was just a stop, right? I'm so used to 1st and the 15th. Like, it's coming. That's the one thing about the military. We're so used to getting paid. We're like, we're good. But then civilian life hits and you realize, wow, it's not that easy out here. Yeah. This is hard, you know? And the military is hard, right? Of course. It's very, very difficult. But at least we know, or we're supposed to know, that we're going to get paid on the 1st and the 15th, you know? But then you get out and you're looking for jobs, and that's a salary pay. You're getting your rent paid for. You're getting everything taken care of. You get out, now you're just on the hunt. And especially me, yes, I had real estate, but like you said, real estate is no guaranteed pay. Yeah. It's not coming in the 1st and the 15th. I am out there working. My butt off for it, you know? So it took me, I think, about 6 months to really transition and get back on my feet again. Because I definitely struggled after coming off of active.
And how did you handle that from a mental perspective for your mental health, since it was such a cutoff and you chose a career where it wasn't a guaranteed paycheck coming right in? Like, how did you handle that?
Oh, geez. Actually, it was a really hard mental battle, because I was already fighting with severe depression and anxiety. So while I was in, and so when I got out and that financial part hit, it was like my entire world was falling apart.
Oh, yeah. Finances are so emotional.
Big time. Yeah.
So emotional.
So I was in bed a lot. And then it was actually just like my broker that kind of like pushed me, because he was like, hey, you should start your own team. He's like, you're ready. Like, you know, this is what you've always wanted to do. And I'm like, really? Okay. Yeah. So I started my own team, and having that team is what kind of like brought me out of that depression. I was like, oh, I'm back. Here I am again, you know, because, don't cry. Having a team is very, very important to me. And I had a team in the military. Yeah. And so I think once I lost that piece, it was like, I don't know, like felt damaging to me. Like, what's my purpose? Like, I always felt like I need to help people, right? So there was no purpose for me. I needed purpose. And so once I started my team, I then had that purpose again. And now I have this drive where I'm like, I'm never stopping, you know, like I'm just on the go. Yeah.
It's true. Here's the thing. First of all, if you do not understand the real estate world, let me let you know, my husband gets calls at 5:30 a.m. in the morning because people don't understand time zones. He gets calls at 10 o'clock at night because somebody's terrified about the choice of what they made. That man is talking people off of ledges left and right. He doesn't get paid for that time.
Very true.
Romantic dinner, excuse me, got to take a call. He tries very hard to make sure he doesn't do that all the time, but sometimes emergencies happen and he's going to take care of it because he's very good at what he does. I don't think people see that side of it, of where you're in it. I got to tell you, I've owned 2 homes in my life. Buying my first home is part of the reason my husband and I started having conversations, which led us to dating, which led us to get married. So that was a double purchase. But it's a terrifying experience. I am pretty calm, cool, and collected and just, doing my thing. But when it came to holy crap, does that stress me out? And he's so versed in it. And so calm, cool, and collected and got his stuff together. So I'm sitting there signing paperwork and I'm like, this? And he goes, yeah, that's it, that, and that's that. Oh, okay. That's cool. Right. So it's the knowledge that you get. And that's why, especially someone having the knowledge you have with the VA loans can really help educate. Because I think there's just this thin line of knowledge out there. Yes. They know just enough. And they don't realize how much it can explode. We've had Bill Gaylord on several times because his mortgage group is amazing with the VA loans. And he's a vast knowledge on it. He actually wrote a book on how military spouses could learn to be mortgage loan officers to teach others on VA loans because, hey, if it affects you, you're going to be better at it. Got to have your passion.
Very true.
So, so I love that you found that connection with the team again because I do feel like you lose a piece of your heart. You lose a part of your purpose because it was so the military.
It is, yes.
And military people understand when I say that. Civilian are like, what? It's the military.
Exactly.
Seriously, it is. When they took my military ID away, I didn't even serve. I still have it. I kept it.
Right? I'm worried about it.
I can't use it, but I have it because I love it and I miss it.
All the perks you get.
Oh my God, just to go to the exchange and walk around and go to the commissary and wow, you don't realize how much you're going to miss that until it's gone. And
Seriously.
You're like, wow, okay. But yeah, it's a whole different world. Yeah. Yeah.
Very much so.
When I talk about the shopping, I'm not a shopper. You got to understand this is that world that you live in with the exchange and the commissary. It's a big deal, but yeah.
And we're addicted to shopping because in basic and AIT and anytime we're out of school, that's the funnest thing we get to do is go shopping. So,
there you go. All right. See, look at that.
Yeah.
Educational. This is what we do. I do love it because of the stuff you can get. When we grew up overseas, we ate very, very well because the meat and stuff in the commissary was really good meat. I'm the daughter of a Texan and we eat steak. And yes, I can cook it on a Weber grill. Thank you very much. But, and then you get into the civilian world and you go, well, how much for that piece of steak? Oh, all right. Well, we're not buying that one.
Very true.
It's quite a reality check. It's you in there.
It is.
So now, when you are training your team to work, you're training them how to speak the speak to work with other veterans to be able to know the VA loans and everything?
Absolutely.
Are there any veterans on your team?
No. So I'm the only veteran on my team. Yeah.
You got a bunch of civvies under you,
I
baby.
do, yes. And that's why it's so different.
I
very,
bet.
Very different, yeah.
I bet.
But it's good. It works well. It teaches me. They're teaching me. They don't even realize it. Every day they're teaching me. And then I teach them. Like one of my girls, she called me the other day actually and was crying, I need this deal. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, listen, you're going to have this deal. Calm down. No crying. Let's calm down real quick.
Right.
Normally with military, I just be like, listen, you better suck it up.
Bucket.
Yeah, get it together.
Buckle up, buttercup.
Exactly.
It's going to be a fun ride.
Exactly. But with her, I had to be more empathetic and calm her down,
Yeah.
Which is nice that I'm learning it like this because I'm still in. So now I can transition what I'm learning in the civilian life and being more empathetic here also to the military. So when soldiers are coming to me, I can be more empathetic rather than figure it out, which is good. I needed that too. I needed that balance.
Yeah.
And so these girls, and I have my one guy now, they're teaching me a lot.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So my sister is the one who is good with emotions. I don't like them. I think they're stupid. But as I get older, I can't control that I have them more. It's been an interesting little ride we go into. But one of my mentors, my boss, Bernie Howard, he had these basic principles he did. And number 4 is emotionally people are totally predictable. And it's true. And especially when you're dealing with livelihood. So in the staffing world, it's their paycheck, it's their job opportunity, it's whatever it is. And when you give yourself the opportunity to put yourself in their shoes, to see it from their perspective, it changes the way you handle the situation.
Right.
It changes the way you do it.
Yes.
For me, it's very easy for me doing like Homefront Harmony to put because I lived that life. I'm seeing my dad in people. I'm seeing my mom in people, my sister, etc. So it is one of those things that for me, it comes a little easier. But getting that perspective is awesome for you because it's going to help you so much. And you're right, not just in the civilian world, but to help your fellow
soldiers,
service members. Whether active duty or not.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And especially because you had the range. You've done the active, then you have the National Guard. Now you have where you're bouncing between, 2 feet in both ponds, that kind of thing. So when are you officially done with National Guard, or do we not know yet? We're just still riding out the wave.
I'm still waiting. So medical boards can take up to a year, sometimes even longer, just depending. But I went through the whole process. I should be good. I'm basically just waiting for that ETS date.
Okay, and the ETSD?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
No, what does it stand for?
Oh, well, it's just the date that you get out. ETS. I don't know exactly what the acronym means, to be honest. But it's the date you get out.
I don't know yet. No. Acronyms.
Yeah, the day you get out.
It's what we do. Okay, and now you mentioned you have a son?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a 7-year-old.
Oh, you a busy lady.
Yeah, he's crazy.
My goodness.
Yes.
You were busy. She running a business. She's National Guard. She got a 7-year-old. Holy cow.
Doing it by myself too. Well, with my family. My family is a help, but single mom, doing it all by myself. And I enjoy every piece of it. Wow. Yeah. And so that's the thing too, is like with the depression, anxiety. I remember when soldiers would come to me and like, oh my goodness, this leadership is toxic. This is going on, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're good. Like, well, I'm really depressed. You're fine. Like, you're okay. Wake up in the morning. You're good. I didn't understand it. And until it happened to me, until I started having anxiety and depression, then I was like, wow, what is this? And so I think it's very important. You know how they always used to say as a kid, like, oh, put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You really have to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And so for me, I try to put myself in other people's shoes, especially with me having a son. Like, I always try to tell people like, oh yeah, it's hard being a single mom, doing all of these different things or whatever. But I don't complain. I just get to it. I just put in the work. There's no excuses here. And then I try to not compare. Like when people are like, well, my life is really hard. Like in my head, like before I would just be like, you don't even have a kid. You don't even have this going on. You're good. Like get it together, But now I'm more empathetic about it where I'm like, okay, I have to put myself in this person's shoes. How their brain is working and wired and how they were brought up isn't like mine, So yes, I can get through a lot of battles and whatever, and I know they can too, but it takes a lot to pull that out of somebody, And so what I'm trying to teach my team is that no matter what obstacle you have, you can either use that as an excuse or you can work through it. Yeah. And so that is what I'm bringing from the military into the civilian life. Like we're going to work through it regardless, even if it's like something that seems so dramatic and small to me. If it's a big deal to you, we're about to make it a big deal to me too. Yeah. And we're going to figure out how to work through that together so that you don't feel alone. Because I think that's the most important thing is like not letting anybody feel alone.
Oh, 100%. I think that one of my favorite things about this podcast is we have a lot of people be very candid about what they went through, which lets people out there know that they are not alone. And if you feel like you don't have anyone to reach to, I always say you reach out to me, okay? I'll connect you to somebody. You are not alone. You will not be alone. I will fight for you every day. That's hands down, without question. I think that one of the most beautiful things we can do is when we can support each other. And competition can be a good thing. Competitiveness, especially in a sales world, can be a good thing to a point.
Yes.
We've gotten to a state now where we compete. Well, my day was harder than your day. Well, I did more work than you did. Well, I'm more stressed than you are. Well, I have more bills than you have. Well, I have it. It's not a competition. Exactly. Stop it. Everybody works hard. Everybody has full plates. I work with a guy that I absolutely adore. Every time he goes up to do a speech, he says, please don't tell me how hard you're working. Everybody's working hard. We all have a lot that we're doing. It's so true. We do. You don't understand what the other person is going through. And maybe from your perspective, it doesn't seem like a lot.
Right.
But that doesn't mean from their perspective it isn't weighing them down. And it's the old adage, if everybody put all their problems in a pile and you had a choice, I guarantee you'd take yours back after you see what some other people are battling.
Exactly. Very true.
So it's I love that you're having those conversations, that you're opening that door to it. And thank you for being so candid about what you went through, especially being a single mom. Yeah. That's a new level. I don't think we've had a single mom on before.
I'm the first.
She's the first. But that's a whole nother weight on your shoulders in providing, in dealing with the transition out of service, in the paychecks, and it's not just food on your table, is making sure taking care of him.
Exactly.
And staying strong for him because you are the parental.
Exactly.
So, I have a few friends that are single moms, and man, okay, we just do fur babies. My husband and I rescue fur babies. We met later in life. We're not having kids. I just turned 50. I'm not having a kid. And so we do the fur baby rescue kind of thing to it. But it's so different from those who are actually, raising a living human being. They're a lot. Pets are a bit, okay? They are. The fact that you pay for them and you don't get a tax break is kind of a little ridiculous because they're expensive little buggers. Okay. But, it's very difficult. I can't imagine having such a sharp transition, having to deal with the brain doing what the brain wants to do because, that's what the depression, anxiety, it's on its own road trip there for you. Figure out a plan and keep moving forward. So I'm glad to hear you had support, like you had your broker could see, hey, let's go here, let's move this. Those are the people who should be in those kinds of positions, are those who are willing to mentor and grow.
Big time.
My bosses at my company are always like, hey, if you can do better somewhere else, if you can succeed, do your succeed.
Yes.
If there's another job that's calling you, do it. Because you gotta have a buy-in, a connection, something that you're doing.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
And it is a huge thing. Especially like I handle the military hiring program in my corporate life. And I find those who have some sort of personal connection to the military in some way, whether it is a parent, a spouse, they served, it's a cousin, any kind of, it's closer to home and you buy into it quicker than if you don't, Not saying people who don't have the connection can't do it. I'm not saying that. Okay. Not a competition. I'm just saying. But it does make a difference.
Yeah.
It absolutely does. And I think that's why I love it when those in real estate like you have served, because your perspective of the VA loan, your perspective of buying a house, your perspective of that settling in one place is so vastly different than those who have not.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Big time. Yeah. Because you never know too. They might be moving in 4 years, jumping around, I think a lot of people are like, oh, this is your forever home. Just get this one, or trying to push people. And you can't. We got to be very, very patient when it comes to veterans and what they're doing. Like some of them they need it quick and they need to get in. But some of them, they're bouncing back and forth. Civilians are too, but especially veterans, because they might get some orders and have to leave. And if they can't count on you as a realtor, you just hang your license because
she'll just hang your license. Damn. Okay.
Because absolutely no reason that you cannot serve them and they've been serving this country. That's how I see it.
100%.
Yes.
I would agree with you on that very much. And I will say, so my perspective, I loved the moving. We moved every 2 years. My sister's perspective, she did not. She prefers having a stationary life. So it took me longer to adjust to not moving around a lot, where she was, let me find a home, let me be comfortable, let me get set where she is. And she and her husband have a beautiful home the kids have been raised in. My niece is best friends with a girl she went to like kindergarten with, kind of thing. I have, through Facebook, reconnected with friends that I knew when I was younger, but it's like it's a different.
It is, yeah. And then the fact that you can use it multiple times, like that's an issue too. So like a veteran will have a home and then they'll meet a realtor who's not really, spun on the VA loan, and they'll be like, oh yeah, let's hurry up and sell it. Why? You know what I mean? Like me, I always tell this to people. I'm like, oh, I might be the worst realtor ever. Don't sell your house. Some people, yes, sell your house. It makes sense. It depends on the person. It does make sense. But for a veteran, why not make income on the property? Buy another one in that other state you're doing, and just keep on doing that, and build your wealth. As a veteran. So then when you get out, you're getting your VA benefits, you're getting your retirement, and on top of that, you have cash flow from these properties. Yeah. Like, why not help as a, realtor? Business mindset. You already have the business mindset. Give that to the soldier. Right. Teach them how to also have that business mindset so that they're put in a great position when they go. And it's not for everybody, but at least give them that option to do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I think it's a very great point that you bring up. And I think it is, as we're constantly educating each other as we grow and as we move up in the world. And especially, we talked, our friend Micah, who was on a few episodes ago, he talks about we don't always listen when people tell us, hey, you should do the VA loan. And you're like, nah, I'm in the military. I'm good. Because then you get out and you go, whoa, okay. So it's really great to start bringing these conversations to the forefront. Now letting the people see where they are, kind of prepping them to make. Because you never know. You may go into the military and be like, I'm going to be a lifer. And then something happens and it changes. My dad got out because he thought my sister and I wanted him to. He thought he was doing it as a benefit for us. He would have been in another 10 years. The man was amazing at the military. And there are people who do that. It's just phenomenal. And they do, 20, 30 years in it. More power to them. But you are not guaranteed any path you step on. Very true. So the planning ahead and utilizing those things you have available to you are very, very key. Yes. To what we do in this world and the decisions that we make. So I think that is just phenomenal that you're doing that. I am so excited to see how you're growing and everything you're doing. I want to thank you for your service. Thank you. We're actually, I'm so proud of you. I can't even put into words. No. So thank you for everything you've done. And look at you, single mom, real estate. She's so sassy little one here. Thank you. Well, one of the things that I like to do on the podcast is I like to give you the opportunity to sell to the world what you do. Tell them how to contact you, how to reach out to you if they're interested in looking. Okay. Well, I'm D'Kota Brodie, and I appreciate you so much for bringing me on this podcast. This was really nice. If you guys need help with anything, especially my veterans and military people still serving, reach out to me for anything. And I mean anything. You got toxic leadership? Reach out to me. We'll figure it out. She's like, call me. When it comes to the VA loan, call me. If you're not a veteran and you also need help, reach out to me. I'm here for everyone and anyone. I just want to be a resource to you as much as I can. And if you want to contact me, 702-861-9986. You can follow me on all social media, D'Kota Real Estate. Yes, I'm here for you. Thank you. Awesome. Well, I appreciate that greatly, my dear. We are running out of time at today's show, but I did want to take a couple of minutes to you all because I wanted to make a quick acknowledgement. In the military life, sometimes you're away from your regular family and you adopt people and they become people you love. Mr. and Mrs. Mack became my adopted grandparents because I lost 3 grandparents before I was 5 and I only have one memory of one of them. Mr. Mack we lost back in 2016. October 27th, Mrs. Mack, 90 years old, is now dancing with him in heaven. And we miss her greatly, but we are so glad that they are back together again. And ironically, their anniversary was on the 15th because it was payday, so they could afford to get married. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Mrs. Mack and to her family and her girls. Thank you for taking such good care of her. We love you, Mrs. Mack. We will miss you, but we are glad you are doing well and you are safe and dancing in heaven with Mr. Mack.
Thank you all for joining us. You know what time it is. It's time to like, follow, share. We are on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We're on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We have a website, homefrontharmony.org. If we don't have a resource you think we need to have, you message us and we will make sure we get it for you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you next time.
Covered now with lines increasing, tickets torn.